When they pull away, don't chase. Not because you do not care, not because silence is a game, not because you need to punish them. Do not chase because the moment you chase from fear, you hand command to their distance. A slower reply moves you. A colder tone controls you. A change in attention becomes a command over your nervous system. You check before you think. You explain before you understand. You send one more message before you remember your standard. But a Stoic does not measure strength by how quickly they can get a response. A Stoic measures strength by whether they can remain themselves when the response does not come. Their distance is not the danger. Your reaction to their distance is the danger. When they pull away, remember this Stoic rule. Do not chase certainty. Return to what is yours. The pressure. Someone becomes distant. They reply slower than they used to. Their warmth changes. Their effort becomes inconsistent. Maybe there is no argument, no clear rejection, no final answer, just a shift. And that shift creates pressure, not because you are weak, because uncertainty tests self-command. The mind hates an open loop. It wants the answer now. It wants proof that everything is fine, or proof that everything is over. So it starts building stories. They lost interest. I did something wrong. I need to fix this. I need to make them remember what they felt. Then the body follows. You check the phone. You reread the conversation. You watch whether they are active online. You draft the message, delete it, rewrite it, and call that thinking. But often it is not thinking. It is attachment pressure looking for relief. And if you do not recognize the pressure, you will obey it. The Stoic Rule. The Stoic Rule is simple. Do not surrender command to what is outside your control. You do not control another person's timing, their feelings, their attraction, their maturity, their honesty, their willingness to communicate clearly. But you do control your judgment, your attention, your conduct, your tone, your patience, your standard, your next action. This is not passivity. This is not pretending you do not care. This is not becoming cold. It is refusing to place your peace in the hands of someone else's uncertainty. A reactive person tries to command what was never theirs. The reply, the feeling, the explanation, the timing, the outcome. But the more they chase control outside themselves, the less command they have inside themselves. The Stoic returns to the only territory that can be governed: their own judgment, their own conduct, their own standard, their own response. That is where dignity lives. Not in being chosen, not in being answered quickly. Dignity lives in what you do when reassurance is not available. The hidden trap. The hidden trap is confusing uncertainty with an emergency. A person pulls away and the mind says, do something now, send another message now, ask what changed now, make them respond now, get certainty now. But uncertainty is not an emergency. Uncertainty is pressure, and pressure is where command is either abandoned or trained. Not all action is command. Some action is panic wearing the uniform of effort, the long explanation, the emotional paragraph, the passive-aggressive comment, the fake detachment, the performance designed to get a reaction. These may feel powerful for a moment, but often they are just fear trying to control the room. Stoicism does not tell you not to care. It tells you not to let care become surrender. You can care without chasing. You can communicate without begging. You can want connection without abandoning self-respect. That is the difference between attachment and command. The field protocol. This is the field protocol. The distance protocol. Its purpose is simple. Stay calm, self-respecting, and grounded when someone becomes distant. Do not chase certainty. Return to what is yours. Step 1. Name the pressure. Do not immediately call it rejection. Do not immediately call it disrespect. Do not immediately call it proof that you are not enough. Say it accurately. This is attachment pressure. That sentence reminds you that the feeling is real, but it is not automatically instruction. This step trains awareness before action. Step 2. Separate fact from story. Ask, what actually happened? Then ask, What am I adding? Fact. They have not replied. Story. They are losing interest and I need to fix it now. Fact. Their message was shorter. Story. The connection is over. Fact. They were active online. Story. They are trying to hurt me. A fact may require attention. A pattern may require a boundary. But a story built from fear should not command your conduct. This step trains judgment. Step 3. Do not chase certainty. Do nothing impulsive while the emotion is at full volume. No needy second message. No emotional paragraph. No checking every few minutes. No fake coldness designed to get a reaction. Delay the impulse. Use 1 hour. Use a night of sleep. Use 24 hours if the message carries weight. This does not mean you never communicate. It means you do not communicate from panic. There is a difference between asking clearly and chasing anxiously. There is a difference between calm honesty and emotional negotiation. This step trains restraint, and restraint is command under pressure. Step 4, return to what is yours. When someone pulls away, the reactive mind abandons its own life. It runs toward their attention, their mood, their explanation, their response. A Stoic returns to what can actually be governed: your body, your work, your money, your goals, your career, your discipline, your social life, your standards, your next commanded action. Put the phone down. Train, work, build, clean your environment. Meet a friend. Keep the promise you made to yourself today. Level up the life that belongs to you instead of chasing validation from someone who has become uncertain. This is not a trick to make them return, but often self-command, ambition, and restraint create the result chasing never could. If they return, you meet them from command. If they do not, you have your answer without surrendering dignity. This step trains ownership. Step 5. Choose the response your standard can defend. Ask, what action will I respect tomorrow? Not what will force them to answer. Not what will punish them. Not what will make me look unaffected. What will I respect tomorrow? Sometimes the answer is to match the energy being shown. If they respond slowly, do not reward distance with instant anxious availability. Respond calmly. Respond respectfully. But match the pace and emotional weight you are receiving. That is not punishment. That is proportion. Sometimes the answer is one clean message. Hey, I noticed a shift in our connection. That is okay. I just wanted to let you know I am here to talk when you are ready. Then stop. Return to your life. Sometimes the answer is no message at all. If someone disappears suddenly, do not chase the silence immediately. Observe. Focus on yourself. Let time reveal whether this is a moment or a pattern. If you re-engage, do it once and do it cleanly. I noticed you went quiet. I am open to talking if something changed, but clear communication matters to me. If you are not in that place, I understand, and I will move forward. That is a standard without pressure. This step trains dignity. The protocol in the field. This is what the protocol looks like in the field. Scenario 1, the slow reply. The reactive person checks every few minutes. They send more energy than they are receiving. They try to reopen the loop. The commanded person names the pressure. This is attachment pressure. They separate fact from story. Fact, there has been no reply. Story, I am losing them. Then they delay the impulse. No second message from anxiety. They return to what is theirs. Their work, their training, their goals. When they answer, the commanded person answers calmly, without resentment and without overinvesting. Scenario 2, the shift. They are still present, but something feels different. The reactive person becomes needy or passive-aggressive. The commanded person stays clean. Hey, I noticed a shift in our connection. That is okay. I am here to talk when you are ready. Then they let the other person meet them with clarity. No chasing, no courtroom speech, no pressure campaign. Scenario 3, the disappearance. Someone goes silent out of nowhere. The reactive person panics and tries to pull them back. The commanded person does nothing immediately. They observe the pattern. They focus on their own life. If the silence continues, they call it out respectfully one time. State the standard and move forward if the standard is not met. That is command. Why it works. This works because chasing rarely creates security. It usually creates dependency. Every time you chase certainty from someone else, you teach your mind that peace comes from their response. Every time you pause and return to your own life, you teach your mind that peace begins with command. Restraint also reveals truth. When you stop forcing, you see more clearly. You see whether they return with maturity. You see whether inconsistency is temporary or patterned. You see whether your desire was attached to the person or attached to the feeling of being chosen. Pressure reveals them, but it also reveals you. The field test. For the next 24 hours, practice this field test. If someone is distant, unclear, slow to respond, or emotionally inconsistent, do not chase certainty from fear. First, name the pressure. This is attachment pressure. Second, separate fact from story. What happened? What am I adding? Third, delay the impulse. No needy second message. No emotional paragraph. No checking every few minutes. Fourth, return to what is yours. Train, work, build. Clean your environment. Handle your money. Move toward your goals. Do one commanded action that improves your life and has nothing to do with their response. Fifth, choose the response your standard can defend. Match energy without resentment. Call out the shift once if needed. State your standard calmly. Then return to your life. The test is not to act like you do not care. The test is to care without surrendering command. The command gained. When someone pulls away, you will feel the test. The mind will still want certainty. The body will still want relief. The old version of you may still want to chase, explain, prove, or perform. But you can become different, calmer in the gap, cleaner in your conduct, less dependent on immediate reassurance, more focused on your own life, more loyal to your standard. This is not coldness. This is not indifference. It is refusing to let another person's uncertainty become your emergency. If they return with clarity, meet them from command. If they continue with confusion, observe without collapsing. If their silence reveals the truth, accept it without begging reality to be different. The work is becoming the kind of person who does not abandon themselves when someone else becomes uncertain. This is the Stoic Field Manual. Ancient wisdom for modern pressure. Modern life creates reaction. Stoicism creates command. Subscribe for practical Stoic protocols for modern pressure. Command is quiet. Practice it.